gonna just jump right in, head on over, get ready, and kill the third hard mode boss. We will then be able to craft our hallowed set of armor, as well as the hallowed tools we need, and whatever other bits and pieces we wanted to get. So right now I'm just figuring out our crafting recipe for this thing. Let's see, 30 bones, 5 iron, and 3 of each flavor of soul. Alright, let's get our iron. And gotta find some bones now. There they are. I think it was 30, right? Terrible at remembering these recipes. Yep, 30 it was. Alright, so we got our summon item. So let's collect ours. Oh, scratch that. I want to get some potions. Let's just see what we have on hand. You know what? Iron skin should be just fine. The equipment we have right now, we're going to deal so much damage to this thing. The trickiest part about this fight is avoiding all of its attacks. So we're going to be using our best set of armor. We're going to be using the new minions from the optic staff. Even with our regular armor, we can get 2 of them out. Just from the bonus from the bewitching table. That's going to help us deal a lot of damage to this thing. Add to that the Mega Shark, and should be a pretty easy fight. Not too concerned about it. Having a good arena for the fight is really the key, as it is in most of these boss fights. Once you've fought each boss a few times, it's not vitally important to have, what am I trying to say? It's not vitally important to have an arena every time. But for your first couple times fighting a boss, I highly recommend it. It can eliminate a lot of the guesswork involved. Alright, so our arena is basically set up. All we're doing now is waiting for nightfall. When you're farming in the ocean, the only requirements to spawn the ocean monsters is that you are in the ocean biome, so you get the background and the background change, and that you're standing in water. That's why I've got this wooden platform going just under the surface of the water, so I can stand up here, breathe as much as I want, and monsters will spawn down here and make it real easy to fight them. The water itself doesn't have to actually be part of this bigger ocean. We could dig a little ditch, make a puddle of water here, and the ocean monsters would still spawn in over here. Personally, I think that's a little bit cheesy. I'm not going to do that myself in this playthrough, but just want to make you guys aware of all your options. Okay, so it's nighttime. I've used our bewitching table so we can get 2 sets of eyes out there. We've got our Mega Shark. Now this fight, he is going to stay still so we can make full use of our Murderous Queen Staff, our Nimbus Rod, and our Golden Shower spells. We're not going to be using melee at all, so let's go ahead and rearrange these. That ought to work. That way we can keep all this stuff running. So keep those spread out. We gotta remember to keep using Golden Shower. And let's take them on. Alright, so Golden Shower is gonna apply a debuff to weaken him. Now he's got 4 arms. The arms that we really gotta watch out for is this one that shoots lasers and the 2 melee arms. So we're gonna focus on taking those out first. There's one arm that fires grenades that we can pretty much ignore. The grenades only hurt you when they explode, and they only explode when they hit the ground. These wooden platforms do not count. So we can pretty much ignore the grenades until everything else is dead. The laser's almost gone. Okay, that's the grenade launcher. Don't worry about that one. Try to take out these melee arms next. So remember to keep moving around. Use your wings as much as you can. As long as you keep moving, he'll have a hard time hitting you anything real hard. Oh, that's the cannon I'm shooting at. Oh well, it's almost dead anyways. Oh, I forgot the golden showers. Keep the Nimbus Rod going. Okay. Alright, one arm left. There it goes. And the rest of this fight is a cakewalk. Just gotta try and keep them in the path of our Nimbus Rod as much as possible. Just get that extra damage in there. I'll go down in no time. Boom. That's the 3rd hard mode boss. Alright, let's return to base. Take a look at what we can make with these. Alright, we can make the Naughty Present with silk and ectoplasm. Ectoplasm shows up in the dungeon a little bit later. This starts the Frost Moon event, which is, well, at least it was the hardest event in the game. That may have changed, I'm not sure yet. But we're definitely not ready for that yet. We can also make the flamethrower, which is a very fun weapon to use. Not the most practical, but it gives you something to do with all these stacks of gel that you've likely accumulated at this point, as it uses that gel as ammunition. And that's really the only reason why you can store gel in the ammo slot. It's for this weapon right here. I think there's another flamethrower that's like a direct upgrade of this one that we can get through the Frost Moon event, but we'll cover that later. So now that we have one of each of the boss souls and 18 hallowed bars, we got plenty. We can now make our pickaxe. There's a Drax and a Pickaxe Axe. They are functionally identical. They mine the same stuff. I think they mine at the exact same speed. The only question is whether you want the drill type or the pickaxe type. The pickaxe type works much the same as our regular pickaxe, axe kind of stuff. The drill, I don't think I've shown you guys a drill yet. Let's go ahead and grab that drill then. Of course I need to craft it. Right now I'm just looking at the recipe. Alright, so here's that drill. So That's what a drill looks like. And this is um, it's a pickaxe and an axe. So it'll drill trees and dirt. These things used to also work as a hammer, so a long time ago. So you could just use them to uh, just mow your way through anything. A lot of fun. But that's going to render our ham axe and our pickaxe obsolete. So let's say goodbye to those, toss them in the storage bin somewhere, and we're free to rearrange our inventory. We can also, I believe we have enough bars left over, we can go ahead and make our Hallowed Armor. This used to be the very best armor in the game. Now it is another stepping stone, but still very good nonetheless. Looks like I don't have quite enough to make the helmet, so we are not quite there yet. I'm going to go ahead and kill another hard mode boss off camera, just to get enough resources to make the rest of the stuff we want, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that guys, made a huge new mistake. I forgot to turn the recording back on. Anyways, I ended up getting that hollowed headgear. We now have a very powerful set of magic armor. So this set increases my maximum mana by 100, so I now have 300. 20% reduced mana usage from the set bonus, and a whole bunch of increased damage from each piece, plus a little bit of move speed. So this is very, very, very good for our magic weapons. Now I want to point out that I chose the magic armor just because I enjoy using the late game spells so much. They're very powerful, very fun to use, but that's not to say that you can do just fine with the ranger or the melee character. Each setup style of play has a lot of fun toys to play with, and I recommend trying all of them on your first playthrough. Now there's a number of magic items that I want to get other than what I have already, and the wizard sells components for some of those. He sells this crystal ball, which I already bought one. I recommend keeping it in your inventory, kind of like the bewitching table. If you have extra money laying around, you can buy an extra one and keep it with your wizard or next to your bed, or whatever you want to do. And using that gives you a magic power increase, so you're doing more damage with your spells. It'll last 10 minutes, so just like the bewitching table, keep it with you, throw it down and use it before you head into a tough area or go up against a boss. So he also sells greater mana potions. You're going to use a lot of these, and I don't believe they have a cooldown like the healing potions do. So you can use those as quickly as you need to. The bell can be turned into a fairy bell, which summons a light pet, very much like our shadow orb. It emits a lot more light. It's much more effective. However, we don't really need that light pet right now. We're going to be getting a much better one in the near future. So personally, I think it's a waste of resources. What we really want is to get one of these harps and turn it into a magical harp. And that's going to be our bread and butter go-to magic weapon for the near future. Now, I'll show you what we're going to make with it. if I can show him the correct items. There it is. So the magical harp takes 20 crystal shards, which we know how to get those. 8 souls of night, we got plenty of those, and 15 souls of sight. I've only got 6 of those. We're gonna have to kill the twins again. That's no problem. Our gear is plenty strong enough at this point. It really is the exact same fight, so I'm not going to show it to you guys again. But that's going to get us a crystal harp. What else did I want to get from him? Let's see. Oh yes, there's this key of light. I don't know what this does. I'm very curious to find out, but we're going to have to make one of those. There's a upgrade to the yo-yo, which we could have got a while ago. The Tao of Pow is a very powerful, what do you call it, flail, if you're doing the melee thing. If you are doing the melee thing, I recommend getting 5 of these light discs because they stack and you can have up to 5 of them on the screen at the same time. And they work just like the boomerang, except they move faster, hit really hard. They're pretty cheap. The Soul of Might is probably the hardest thing here to acquire, I guess, along with the Hallowed bars. So you'll have to kill the Destroyer a few more times. But now that we've killed each boss once, we've got better armor, better weapons. These hard mode bosses are pretty easy now. We got a Rainbow Rod here, deals a lot of damage per hit. We may end up wanting to get one of these. It works just like the Magic Missile and the Flame Lash, where you fire it out and you can control where it goes. That single shot damage is pretty good. We definitely want to get Meteor Staff. That's going to take, some more Soul Light. Pixie dust spawns from the pixies in the surface of the hollow. And meteorite bars, we should have plenty of those left over. So that's our immediate goal. We're gonna collect this stuff and put these weapons together in the next episode. So be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this one. Subscribe to see what we do next time, and thank you for watching.